Syston, how are we doing?
Okay.
Hey, I'm Salma. Get it out of the way. I'm from London, I'm afraid. I'm sorry about that. Oh. I have to say, saying Syston is really difficult for me because I have got a bit of a lisp. I've also parked in school walk as well. You know what? I have to say, I am a little bit annoyed today. And it's because I want to talk about children. You know, why is it that society treats them like sacred cows? Why is society so child-centred? We shouldn't be, because they're stupid. Right? And I know this because I've got 3 of them. Children, not cows. Although one of them could be described as a cow. And I'm a terrible mother, right? But as I keep telling my cow teenager, I'm just hashtag telling my truth. They also give me their drawings, right, to put on the fridge. But they're so rubbish, I put them straight into recycling. But they're so terrible, even the recycling people won't take them. So I build a bonfire out of them. Make them watch. Lesson, do better. I'm sorry, right? Children are not going to be better than us adults, okay? Because they all want to be influencers and YouTubers. They live in a future where they're going to have YouTube channels. Problem is, no one's going to watch it. Because they're talentless morons. It's another thing that's annoyed me, my last job that I left, diversity training days. Now I can understand, sir, why some of you might be invited to those. But why am I being invited to one by my colleague Muna, who's a so-called ethnic? Now I can say that, you definitely can't say that. And she gathered all of our white colleagues in a room. Oh dear, a bit like this. Know your crowd. And she comes in the room, right, and she starts sniffing the air. And she's walking around, she's like, I can smell a racist. And she looks at me and she went, Salma, can you smell a racist? And I think, finally, a witch hunt I can be part of. So I took a deep breath in, Ben. All the female comics. I took a deep breath in. And you know what? I realised, actually, I was remembering the smell of my first crush, Jamie. Aww. Or as we used to call him, Jamie the racist. Because to be fair to him, he was a bloody racist. But alhamdulillah, he smelled so good. He wore Lynx Africa. That's a really ironic scent choice, isn't it? For a man who's all about white power. He also smelt of his mum's stolen silk cut cigarettes and shepherd's pie. It's the trifecta of whiteness. Now, speaking of racists, I'm not saying all white people are racist, but when my husband Sean pisses me off, I call him the great white bastard. It's like he represents all the racists in the world at the moment. Elon Musk, Trump, Tommy Robinson. Let's start booing. Or cheering. I'm very inclusive. You know what, though, he does get his own back on me, right? Because he plays, I don't know if your partners do this, he plays this game called Where Is It? Yeah, he starts in the kitchen, you know, and he says, where is it, Salma? And I'm like, it's right there. And Sean's like, where? I'm like, right there. And this is the way he looks for things. I shouldn't be surprised, Ben. He's like that down here. Or, as what I like to call it, my cellar these days. 20-year-old, where are you? Hello. I tell you what, in my 20s, my cellar, she was mean and tight, like Priti Patel's mouth. I mean, these days she's more like, Gandhi slippers. I can't do the mouth movement. It's not good, is it? What else can I tell? Oh, well, I'm in a mixed race marriage, and it does have its challenges. Do you know what I mean? I'm a Pakistani ex-Muslim, now married to a white Irish Catholic. So I'm not sure how this whole sin thing works, but through this marriage, I'm atoning for all of my sins and the sins of my ancestors. So I meet my Irish family for the first time, right? And obviously it's in a pub at 11 a.m. Because my father-in-law is an alcoholic and he's trying to impress me. Come and meet me in the office, which is what he calls the pub. Then, because of Sean's aunt and cousins have died from drinking, we go to something called a wake, yes. Where you actually go and celebrate their lives by going to the pub and drinking. Yeah. I mean, his family's got a problem with alcohol. Bigger problem, they don't understand irony, right? So I think Sean married me, a Muslim, right, as a way to escape the alcoholism in his family. But what he didn't realise, as an ex-Muslim, I'm doing 7 people's worth of drinking here. So I meet them, right, and honestly, as the weirdest display of unity that I think only a drunk man can think of, my father-in-law put on an Irish folk tune on the jukebox called Pakistani Pat. You're in shock. Imagine how I felt, right? I know you're thinking, there's no way on Allah's green earth is there an Irish folk tune called Pakistani Pat. Believe me, there is, Ben. I've heard every cringe-inducing word. All right, so let me explain Pakistani Pat. Written in the 70s, so diversity training, not a thing. Speaking of diversity, don't expect me to sing it. Yeah? See, spot the racist. Ben's asking me to sing it. No, mate, find it on Spotify later. You'll understand why I can't sing it. Honestly, my Irish accent though is so bad, it sounds Jamaican. Yeah? It's a whole nother level of racism. No. You find it on Spotify, you'll find it on Spotify. You understand why I can't sing it. I'm terrible. And I've got a list, remember, Ben? This is disability discrimination right here. You need to go to diversity training again. No, my Irish family, they play it for me every Christmas. They're going to play it for me at Easter, my birthday. They also gift me a box of Black Magic chocolates. Thank you. Proving that this family doesn't understand irony. Right, I'm going to leave you with this, okay? Give me a cheer if you are childless. Hashtag living your best life, aren't you? You know what my hashtag is? I hate my children. Because they are weak pussies. Give you a recent example. Our kitten got sick. They were like, Mummy, can you make it better? No. Seriously, I checked the No Frills pet insurance. It costs 15 grand to keep a kitten alive. You know you can get a new one for 150 quid. And as a thrifty Pakistani, right, I'm going to make it even cheaper. Bury it in the garden like a Stephen King novel. So there I am with my 3 weak children. And they're pathetic. Not one of them cries. They're pathetic. And I got a glimpse in the future. It's my funeral. and not one of them's crying, I'm going to make them cry. I'm going to leave a written confession when I'm dying, and it's going to say, I could have saved that kid's all along. I just didn't. Cry on that, you bastards. And on that lovely note, I've been Salma Lyons. Thank you very much.
Salma Lyons, everybody! Right, lovely people, so time to have your last break. Take empty glasses back to the bar.